So you go back and look at it. It's like watching a show that has a child voice actor, and then you watch 3 seasons later, and you're like, ooh, their voice changed.
Adventure Time, for example.
Exactly.
Hey.
Oh, all right. We're good to go?
I'm good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Your Satisfying Crunch. Today, I will be your host. I'm your host, Harry Sick Guy. I'm joined by Mr. Hare, an over-emotional teenager.
We've already used that one.
Did do over-emotional teenager?
Well, weren't you the over-emotional teenager last time?
I don't know.
Okay.
And
what
why
can
am I
we do?
Harry Guy?
No, you're not Harry Guy, you're Mr. Hare.
I'm Mr. Hare.
Very different. I'm Harry Guy, you're Mr. Hare.
Ah, okay.
So what are we here to do today, guys?
We're here to watch more Steven Universe.
More Steven Universe.
I'm really excited for this one.
I was gonna take a nap.
Oh, I mean you can. I guess that most of our reactions tend to be pretty placid anyways. So
Alright.
I'm really excited for this episode. I'm judging by Tumblr. This is the one with everyone in suits. I'm gonna guess that it's the musical episode.
So last time we saw Steven talk to Marty, talk to Sour Cream, and at the end of the episode they got a check for like $10 million. So now, as far as I understand, Steven, Pearl, and Greg go to Empire City. I'm assuming to do something with that money.
Isn't there an episode called Empire City though?
I think this is the Empire City episode.
This one's called Mr. Greg.
We'll see in just a moment. Without further ado, I'm Finn.
I'm Jake.
And I'm BMO.
And when we're not saving Ooh and trying to win the affection of the princess, we're watching Steven Universe.
You're the only one trying to win the affection of the princess.
I'm good. I have a dragon.
Oh!
This is what did it?
This.
Burgers?
It wasn't about burgers back then. She probably would have liked this though, right?
Oh, she would have loved it.
So, what are you gonna do with all the money?
I don't know. Bowing around don't cost nothing. Singing a song don't cost nothing. How do I spend all this money?
Why
I'd
Salty
rather just
Pearl?
spend time with you.
It is the musical episode.
I know a place that's always exciting. The shows and the sights and the lights that are blinding. Empire City.
Look here, take the planet is
Exciting.
you.
The shows and the sights and the lights so blinding. The streets and the sounds and the buildings towering. So much fun for me.
Chaps?
Empire City.
And let's bring Pearl.
What?
Little small.
I don't know. Past experiences have taught me that three's a crowd.
You, me, Pearl, and don't forget Mom.
Ugh.
Okay, that was just, yeah,
Le Hotel.
it's French.
Is this how he's gonna blow $10
$10
million?
million all in one night. That might be worth it.
I must admit,
You must admit.
it's a perfect fit.
You look great in it. You're having fun.
More or
So
less.
dance with me.
Spell with actual
Just
Italian
now.
thing.
Oh.
I mean, maybe later.
Oh.
Ooh, you ruined the song. Sorry, guys. Thanks for singing with us.
Well,
Don't
you
worry
know,
about it, kiddo. It's always
it's
been this
incredibly
way.
personal for her.
Yeah.
I was fine with the men who would come into her life now and again. I was fine, 'cause I knew that they didn't really matter until you. It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? You won, and she chose you, and she loved you, and she's gone. It's over, isn't it? Why can't I move on? It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? You won, and she chose you, and she loved you, and she's gone. It's over, isn't it? Why can't I move on?
5,000 years really does
It's
that to you.
over, isn't it? Why can't I move on? I shouldn't have come along.
No, this is exactly why I brought you. Why don't you talk to each other? Why don't you talk to each other? Just give it a try. Why don't you talk about what happened? I know you're trying to avoid it, but I don't know why. You might not believe it. You might not believe it, but you got a lot in common.
And
You
Steven.
really do. You both love me and I love both of you. I know you both need it. Someone who knows what you're going through. You might not believe it. You might not believe it, but you got a lot in common. You really do.
The iconography.
You both love me and I love both of you.
Steven being right in that moment. Telling them to forgive each other.
Ooh, tailor-made suits. Those cost something. Room with a view. Those cost something.
Dancing with you,
Don't cost nothing.
getting it wrong.
Don't cost nothing.
I tried.
I'm surprised you remembered any of it.
What can I say? It's sketchy.
It's over, isn't it? It's over, isn't it? It's over, isn't it?
Welcome to Jersey. I have to say, if we had to wait all summer just to see that one episode, it would have been worth it.
You know, I'm not going to be able to edit that down and do any kind of.
I was crying.
So, here we are again, really stunned by Steven Universe. The last one left us feeling a little uncomfortable, a little uneasy, a little slimy even, I would say, and I think that was really the intent of Marty's visit and all of that, and I think the fact that it sets us up and brings us into this.
Well, one of the things that it does is it offsets. It does that comparison between somebody like Marty who can't divest themselves, they can't accept any responsibility, and somebody like Pearl who has had her entire life turned over for, she gave up everything that she was and reinvented herself out of love for somebody who never gave it back to her. And then she's willing to commit and to.
Because she really did love Rose, and if she loves Rose, the one thing she can do is love Steven.
I'm trying not to.
I think something that speaks to me about this episode combo is the fact that Marty is alive but he's not around.
Right.
And Rose is gone, but she still is.
Yeah.
And the fact that it speaks to that, and the fact that just because someone is biologically related to you, just because someone is technically your family, doesn't mean they are. And even if someone is gone, it doesn't mean that they have to. You don't have to move on.
Right.
You can always keep them with you and still have a healthy relationship with them.
And in amongst all of the feels and in amongst all of the emotional, roller coaster there, that moment where Pearl realizes that she's enjoying being with Greg, and the realization of the dance and the significance that has to her, and how she pulls away at that moment. And then the confessions and the finally Stephen bringing them together. There's that moment where Stephen steps up. He steps up and he says, "This is why you're here." And it reminds us that Stephen is a leader. Stephen is a coordinator. He is somebody who commands respect, commands the love of the people around him, not out of fear, not out of any kind of power, but out of the fact that he genuinely cares for the people around him. And he doesn't understand what's wrong between Pearl and Greg. He doesn't get what's wrong, but he knows that it's there.
He has enough aptitude to be able to say, look, I don't know why you guys don't talk to each other. I don't know why you can't dance with Greg, but, you need to be here. This is what needs to happen right now, because this is unacceptable. Right. We see Lion 3 straight to video, this theme keeps coming back, it keeps coming back, it keeps coming back. Rose, at the very end of it, she says, be good, Stephen, they'll need you. Take care of them, Stephen. Right. They'll need you, something like that. And really, they do, because we see the gems fall apart time and time again without him, and through him without Rose.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing music, amazing songs, and amazing emotional investment. And I think it did a great job of tying in some of the things like we've talked about in the past.
So, anything from this side of the couch?
I think I'm just gonna go listen to that song a couple more times and memorize it and cry.
Okay.
All right, so then I think that about wraps it up for this episode. I've been Finn.
I've been Jake.
And who wants to play video games?
No one right now.
Nobody, because we all want to go listen to that song again.
And